Certain companies can trade at premiums because they have high real world usage, meaning people are seeing the companies in real world, like this Apple iPhone or my Apple iPad or this Apple keyboard or my Apple mouse or maybe my Apple pencil. Are my AirPods around here? They are my Apple AirPods. It's amazing that companies can trade at premiums because of this reasoning. But there's also another reasoning thought process for why these companies can trade at premiums. And the reality is because Apple does things differently than most companies. We were trading it this morning. We're up just about around 1%. We bought the dip on Apple this morning. And if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Will. We trade live every morning at market open. If you ever want to tune on in, it's the second link below. We're also working on a revolutionary new charting system that you can find in the first link in the description to join the first access list for free. And then on top of that, if you guys haven't joined the channel before, we've had over 24 ticker symbols in the last year and a half that have gone up by over 100% that we've covered and invested in and traded in front of you here on YouTube. And if you want to join our road to 100K subscribers, make sure to subscribe as we kick this off. So this morning we got a little dip here on Apple, and you can see it's about 1% up, just about a $40 gain, nothing crazy. But we're going for a potential 5% swing into tomorrow, which might come out to around $200 to $300 profit. But then an even bigger potential swing on Apple, or AAPU, up about 20% to 27% up to this $48 price point. So, couple things to note about Apple. We say, how can they trade at a premium? Do they trade at a premium? Yeah, there's some things that they have working against them. And Apple stock, we'll talk about this AAPU ticker symbol as well. This is a 2X. And why don't we just touch on that really quick? In the morning live trading, we sometimes enter into short-term trades into companies that we hold long-term. And what happens is that we want to trade the short-term opportunities, but still continue to hold our long-term positions. So sometimes, like with Apple, I hold this company long-term, but we also look to enter in for the little dips and the potential recoveries. And that's what we were doing in our market live session. Now, they were down about 2.5% on Apple. That's going to be actually 5% over on AAPU, which is a ticker symbol. There's many ticker symbols that are 2X tickers of Apple. And essentially, we just trade the 2X ticker, which if we see, let's say, them go back to even on the day, that means they will gain 2.5% to not be down 2.5% anymore. And that would be a 5% gain actually over on AAPU. So that's actually what we were anticipating, was this 5% gain here. You can see this on the market open dip that we saw this morning. We bought, and then we were looking for confirmation. We kind of saw it, and now we're in it right now as we bought down here around 38, and it's at 38.70. So we'll be watching that into tomorrow. But that's the 2X, and we trade the short term as well. So when it comes to Apple stock, there are some things working against it. We like to judge companies based on their long-term growth and what they're doing in the real world technology space. So for example, Apple, we know they actually work very efficiently in the entire world. Everybody has iPhones. They are always growing, and they are always seeming to surge. And they recently broke out into new highs, to all-time highs, up to $344 a share. And then they pulled down from 344 down to 300, and we start to see them potentially find a support here. Now, the value that they're seeing, and why Apple is a company that I continue to hold even near these all-time highs, is not what most people kind of think of when they think of Apple. Right now, when people think of Apple, while they like their technology, a lot of people think about the government arguments they're having, potentially monopoly situations. They're definitely having a lot of tension with Europe right now, and they're kind of making it hard for other companies and other apps to have success, taking 30% or 40% cuts in the App Store. So other companies are having trouble. There's a lot of legal problems happening with Apple right now because of that. But at the same time, that's also something that companies like TikTok or Twitter, there's some new tensions there, and you always see them going back and forth. Even Apple seems to be falling behind in the AI space. they're still using the lame Siri. Don't you guys think that it's a huge opportunity for them to come out with a ChatGPT, really, really great AI that people would use like Siri? I mean, that's a huge miss if they don't start to really pick up the pace. So there's some of those things where they're struggling. There's some drama around Apple in those areas. But ultimately, what they're doing right now is they're just continuing to build their phones with new technology. Some of the new technology that they started to introduce is kind of interesting. They've decided to shift their chips to actually more Chinese manufacturers. So what that might mean, you might see that impact maybe Micron Technology does well, or maybe SK Hynix does well, because that the memory space with how Apple is considering these new companies and probably even moving more into Chinese technology, which once again a little dramatic because you think about privacy, you think about that with them, you would expect they would build their own chips, but we haven't seen that quite yet, aside from their M4 chips and or their M chips that they have released. And so the biggest thing that they're bringing value with is just providing excellent service with the cellular devices, excellent service with the AirPods and the iPads. And then, that's something that people use every single day. And with that technology, you're going to have multi-billion dollar service for the whole world. People considerably aim to get iPhones rather than Androids. And that's going to be continually a driving factor for them to scale and compound their growth. I use a MacBook, it's running this as well, and I find them to be way more convenient than using, a PC or Windows. And the AirDrop is also really nice as well. And so that, paired with the fact that their technology, they seem to continually piggyback other technology. We did see a partnership with Gemini. I don't know if that's still happening. Apple and Gemini, there was a partnership where they were integrating Google into a multi-year partnership for the Siri technology. And I think that it's out now, but I don't know that it's been fully utilized to the best ability of Apple. So that's something to consider. But the number one reason why I like Apple, okay, yes, it's the technology. Yes, it's the real world usage, but it's also the fact that they are absolutely dominating the devices. They've got 2.2 billion devices worldwide of people that are actively using them. So basically a quarter of the world uses iPhone. Right now, the Apple dividend is 0.35%. So I'll give you an example. Like, some people choose Apple for certain reasons, but one of them might not be the iPhone. It might be because they'll pay you, for example, if you have $1,000, just for holding $1,000 in Apple stock, you will actually make $35 per year. Wow. So if you hold $100,000, you do nothing but hold their stock, you're going to make an extra $350 per year just to do nothing and hold their stock. So there is the dividend. It's not massive. It's pretty small. It's like, okay, $350 a year, that might cover, all your Netflix subscription. That might cover your YouTube subscription. That might cover, extra meals or maybe a bunch of books that you want to buy. It's not a massive amount. It might be a couple pairs of shoes maybe, or a pair of shoes. So it's like, it's not amazing, but it's good. And then the other thing that Apple does, which is why I also like Apple and continually look at them, is their buybacks. So Apple, if you look at what they do, let me give you an example, because not only do they think different in their technology, they also think different in their stock. So for example, take a normal company. Let's take a company, it's called Joe Schmo, and it's in the AI market, and they have a stock. When people buy their stock and the stock price goes up, you know what they do? They might sell their stock to make money. So they sell their stock to make money. And they take that money and they invest it in their company, right? That means that when they do that, investors see the stock price go down, correct? So what does that mean? Well, with Apple, they do something called buybacks. And what they do is they just approved $100 billion to buy back their own stock. And they've poured almost $1 trillion into their own stock, buying their own stock in the last decade. And they don't sell, they continue to buy their own stock. So what does that mean? Yeah, they might have a dividend that's pretty cool, but they also take their profits they make from their company and buy their own stock. So you can be sure that a company is not just selling it when you buy it. You're now the liquidity. You lose money by buying the stock. No, no, no. Apple actually buys their own stock with their profits, which continually keeps their shareholders happy. And they can even mark it off as assets in their balance sheet. And that's part of what's really contributed to their growth as well. If you look at some of the projections on Apple, even though, they've had premiums in Prophecy, this is our platform we use to analyze stocks. It's the third link in the description. If you want to get the best AI models in the world to have full in-depth analysis on any companies, we're actually looking at Apple. We can see projections as high as $420, and that's a 38% gain year over year. But on average, it looks like they're anticipating about a 15% gain on the year. But here's what I'm talking about with that balance sheet. They actually are holding about $74 billion right now in equity. They do have, pretty good liabilities. They're up to about 285, but they've got revenue doing very well. They see that increasing year over year, and their revenue went up by about 27 billion over the last, or 25 billion over the last year. And they continue to grow. It seems their revenue continues to rack in over $100 billion per quarter, with their net income sitting at around $30 billion. So honestly, just looking at them, yeah, do they trade at premiums? Yeah, they do. But ultimately, what do we know? We know they kind of do have a monopoly. All right, maybe you don't like that, but what does it do? It continues to grow, and they also have technology that people prefer. And if you want to compete, you have to build technology that is better. And that's the reality. And Google has done that in certain instances. That's why people still use Androids, but they're still struggling to gain the full immersive ecosystem of being able to switch from your AirPods to your Apple Pros, to do your AirDrop from your MacBook to your iPad, or from your phone to your computer. When I switched from Windows, I remember having a mental breakdown, but just thinking about how hard it was to share a document. I'd have to email it to myself, and then I'd have to download it, and then I have to just to share a PDF. Trying to hang out with people that have AirDrop and you are PC, man, it's really hard. When it comes down to Apple, we're going to be watching it closely. We have that short-term trade we're going to be watching at Market Open. If you want to tune on in at Market Open in that live session to see how we're capitalizing on this trade and how we're making 1% there, but anticipating 5 to 20% potential gain here on Apple into the morning session. We're there every day at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you'd like to tune on in, it's going to be the second link in the description below. Hopefully I earned your thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on Apple down below, and do consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.